How's my hair? How's my nose? Hi everybody. It's me, LisaT, coming at you with some positive energy, doing a Lights Out with Lisa, reading The Language of Letting Go by Melody B. I really should make sure I do these in the day because it sets you on the path for the day. But it is what it is, as they say. I used to hate that. I remember specifically one person in general when I was around like 33, and then for the next like little while, this person would constantly say, "It is what it is. It is," and I was like, "Fuck, it is what it is." Ah, no, it should be this. I've resisted. It is what it is. But that little phrase rings so true because it is what it is, right? Okay, let's see what we got going on today. Keep at it. Is that 23? Where am I? 26, yeah. Okay. Owning our power. Owning our power. Owning our power. Owning our power. Own it. People have said to me, especially in the last 2 years, "Lisa, own it. Own it. You're this, you're that. Own it." And I'll have brief moments where I own it, like that, feeling like success and confident and accomplished and super I valued in my world, but it's hard to maintain it with all the different parts, and I said this to a client recently at work. When I'm at work, I effing own it. I am in the zone. I feel brilliant and helpful, and I call it, I'm in my Lisa mojo. I just I get right in it, and I feel on top of the world. I'm also in the midst of helping someone, which is one of my fave things to do. But yeah, when I'm at work, I can own it. And I said to this client, I said, it's so weird because then I'll be somewhere else later on today, and that'll just smash. It's just gone, and I feel something completely different about myself. How we see ourselves, how we, thank God for my supportive friends in my world. We're constantly with each other, thanking each other for saying thank you for telling me what you see. Because with any kind of addiction stuff, codependency, alcoholism, gambling, with an addictive mental mindset, we have a tendency, and with all this trauma and everything, all the stuff we've talked about, in multiple videos, we end up seeing the world through filters. And that's why I've talked about this too. This is about an undoing. It's about cleaning that window pane, cleaning off the fog. We go through the world seeing it through filters of fear, filters of anger, self-pity, resentments, all these different things. And this is what we're doing we do this work so that we can undo all that and clear away all those filters so we can have a clear perspective. So, owning our power. Don't you see? We do not have to be so victimized by life. Victim mentality, that's a huge one. I help a lot of people and in different realms of recovery, and the victim mentality thing comes up a lot. Anytime that you're thinking, "Oh, why'd that happen to me?" or "Why me?" Today I was in a little bit of victim mentality. I had a bad experience with a dentist 10 years ago. 10 years ago was the first moment it happened. I had this bad experience, and I partook in it. I welcomed it, but it turned out bad, and I'm now having to pay the repercussions of that bad decision that I was advised by a professional. And so today I had to go see the dentist again because I'm having issues with this one decision that I made 10 years ago. And I left there feeling this. I felt victimized. I felt so victimized. Why is this happening to me? I shouldn't have done that. And the problem, my biggest problem, is that I immediately go to self-blame. So that was so stupid. And then I start to tell myself how stupid I am. How stupid, I shouldn't have done that. And that, if I don't nip that in the bud right away by talking it out with someone and having a friend, like I just said, tell me what they see in me. No, you're not stupid. Of course you're not. You're human. Blah, blah, blah. I always like to be superhuman. But anyways, I briefly today was in victim mentality. I felt victimized by the dentist. I felt victimized by the world. Once we put it on one thing, then it becomes everything. So, don't you see? We do not have to be so victimized by life, by people, by situations, by work, by the dentist. No, I'm kidding. It doesn't say that. By work, by our friends, by our love relationships, by our family, by ourselves, our feelings, our thoughts, our circumstances. All of it, the whole shebang. We do not have to be so victimized by it, feeling like we're being attacked by the world or something bad is coming at us. That's all. It's just thinking that something bad is coming at you, and then feeling like a victim to it, instead of owning your power, like the title says. So yeah, by all those things. So we do not have to be so victimized by life and etc. We are not victims. We do not have to be victims. It's a choice. It's a mental choice. That is the whole point. That's the whole point. We are not victims and we don't have to be victims. That's the whole point. Yes, admitting and accepting powerlessness is important. So we're powerless, or people, place, and things. People are going to say what they're going to say. People are going to do what they're going to do. Things are going to happen the way they're going to happen. It is what it is, right? So we can accept powerless over that. That's very important. But that is just the first step. An introduction to this business of recovery. Later comes owning our power. Changing what we can. What can we change? This, my perceptions. Changing what we can. This is as important as admitting and accepting powerlessness. And there is so much we can change. So much. Oh my God. I change so dramatically week to week. It's baffling. It's amazing. There's so much room for growth and change every single day, and it's never ending. I was also talking to a friend and we were reflecting on like where I was like 3 years ago, and in this moment of victimization, this person helped me see, then I started to come to it myself. This person helped me see that I'm not, bad, and I'm not a stupid. That was the two kickers. And then I was able to see like, yeah, but you know what? 3 years ago, like I would have dealt with it this way, and so I've grown dramatically. And that's just one moment. There's so many other things. So yeah, so there's lots of room for change. And there's so much we can change. We can own our power wherever we are, wherever we go, whoever we are with. You can own your power wherever you go, wherever you are, and whoever you're with. We do not have to stand there with our hands tied, groveling helplessly, submitting to whatever comes along. There are things we can do. We can speak up. We can solve the problem. Live in the solution, not the problem. There's a solution to everything, and every problem you solve gives you more success. So there are things we can do. We can speak up, solve the problem. And the best way to solve the problem is get quiet and reach to higher powers, which can also be your higher self too. Go into your heart. Like, what's the best way to deal with this situation? How can I make this situation better? How can I solve this problem? Go take a moment, take a pause, go in silence. That's why meditation is so important. There are things we can do. We can speak up, solve the problem, use the problem to motivate ourselves to do something good for ourselves. So this experience with the dentist today, later on, I was like, something good's going to come of this. It's going to teach me something, or even just simply I'll be able to help the next person who maybe come to me and say, should I do this procedure? And I'll say, hell no. So use the problem to motivate ourselves to do something good for ourselves. Do something good for ourselves. So I don't know how I used that problem to do something good. Well, I reached out. I reached out to friends and I got supported, and I felt love. So I did something good for myself. I reached to the people who love me and support me and always lift me up when I'm feeling down. So we can make ourselves feel good. We can walk away. So if you're in a situation with a person, I did this with a person in my work environment the other day. I just had to like walk away, politely, of course. We can come back on our terms. We can stand up for ourselves. We can refuse to let others control and manipulate us. Takes one to know one too, right? Control and manipulation. I've talked about that in multiple videos. That was bad years ago for me. Bad. I didn't even know I was doing it. I had no idea. I remember the first moment I was like, oh, I just tried to control that situation. I was at the Costco 6 years ago, and we walked away from the clerk, and I was like, I saw how I just tried to control that situation. So it's not easy to see where we're controlling and manipulating others. So yeah, so takes one to know one. So we can also refuse to let others control and manipulate us. We can do what we, we can do what we need to do to take care of ourselves. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of yourself. You can take care of yourself. You know what's good for you. You know what's feels good. You know how to love yourself, right? Because we've been doing all these readings. You know there's tools. There's things you can do. There's steps. Action, 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 action. We got to take action steps. We can do what we need to do to take care of ourselves. That is the beauty, the reward, the crown of victory we are given in this process called recovery. It is what it is all about. It is what it is all about. If we can't do anything about the circumstance, we can change our attitude about it as well. There's been a couple of moments in the last week where I was in a situation and I walked away and I was like, ooh, I'm feeling like angry at that thing. And I knew I could flip it. I was like, well, let's see the higher good in this. Let's see how I can be appreciative. Let's see how I can be grateful for this. Let's just change it around and then remind myself too, positive affirmations about myself. I'm okay. Even just simply, I'm okay. I'm okay. Everything is okay. That situation was okay. How it all went down is okay because it is what it is. It's already happened. You can't change anything. No matter how much you think about it, no matter how angry you get at it, it happened. So yeah, we can change our attitude. It is what it is. It is what it is all about. If we can do anything about the circumstance, we can change our attitude. If we can't do anything about the circumstance, we can change our attitude. That was my point I just made. So we can do the work within. Courageously face our issues so we are not victimized. We have been given a miraculous key to life. Recovery is a miraculous key to life. Another friend I was talking to today, and I broke in tears, and I was just because I'm just so grateful to be on this journey and learning all this stuff about myself and just to be on this journey alone and be aware of these things. Even if you're just aware right now, that's good enough. That's a miracle. It's a miracle. Not everyone gets to do this. So we can do the work within. Courageously face our issues so we are not victimized. Courageously face. It takes courage and bravery to face all this. My therapist has said this to me multiple times. And she's like, oh, I was so excited about our appointment today. I don't see her as often as I used to, like 10 years ago. But anyways, just a few times a year now. But she'd always say like, oh, you're so brave. You're so brave. And I'd be like, huh? Like, isn't that what everyone's coming here for? She's like, no, like, you're so brave and courageous to like face all this stuff. Like she said, I get the most vulnerable of any of her clients. So again, that's a gift. That's a miracle. We have been given a miraculous key to life. We are victims no more unless we want to be, unless you make that choice. It's all about choices. Freedom and joy are ours for the taking, for the feeling, for the hard work we have done. Freedom and joy, freedom and joy, freedom from this, freedom to just experience life in the moment, freedom to be present, freedom to let it all go, right? Freedom to let it all go. But it takes work. So we get the freedom and then we get the joy. And joy is different than happiness. Happiness comes and goes. Joy is a sense of like a being. So freedom and joy are ours for the taking, for the feeling, and for the hard work we have done. Here's your prayer for today. Today, I will remind myself as often as necessary that I am not a victim and I do not need to be victimized by whatever comes my way. So not, oh, why is this happening to me? I wonder if this is happening for higher good. There's a flip right there. Sorry, I'll start the prayer again. Today, I will remind myself as often as necessary that I am not a victim and I do not need to be victimized by whatever comes my way. I will work hard to remove myself as a victim. Whether that means setting and enforcing a boundary, walking away, dealing with my feelings, that's a good one, that's one I often do, or giving myself what I need. Give yourself what you need. God, help me let go of my need to feel victimized. Amen. Thanks for watching. Love you all. Sweet dreams.